Alright, so I don't know if you saw my Instagram or Facebook post, but I said I'd make a video about my perfect tuning gauge that I bought. I was looking around. I've been looking at these gauges for a couple years now, and I decided to go ahead and buy one because I found that on Black Friday they were doing a sale. I can't remember what the sale was, if it was 10%, 20%, whatever. But ended up ordering this gauge here, and it's pretty cool gauge here if it works like it's supposed to, which I think it will. There it is there. I've already skipped the boring part for you. I have it wired in for power and ground, and that's it so far. So it does come on with key on power. As you can see, it starts up and boots up. And this gauge here hooks directly to the megasquirt through the CAN bus. And I don't know if you're familiar with the CAN bus. It's basically just a communication route for the megasquirt, and you can hook multiple things to it. And it's kind of like a high-speed, I don't know how to explain it, kind of like a high-speed communication. These are the instructions you get with it, and as you can see, it's got 3 0 to 5 analog inputs that you can add with this gauge, which is really cool, because if you're out of inputs and outputs on your megasquirt, you can just buy this gauge here, and not only do you have a gauge that you can see a lot of the parameters that the megasquirt shows, it adds inputs and outputs, which is always good. It also gives you one 5-volt output and a digital output, which it says connected to ground when output is enabled. So, like I said, I've already got the red and the black hooked up to power and ground. And all I'm going to do for now is do the CAN bus high and CAN bus low, which is brown and purple, to my megasquirt gold box, which is what I have in this car. I've already got the carpet pulled up, and my computer is under that. So I pulled up on the computer here the hardware manual for the gold box, and CAN high is blue, CAN low is blue, blue and yellow, blue and red, and it's on the gray plug. So basically you have to unplug the gray plug and pin this, because from the factory when you buy these things they don't have the CAN wires pinned into the ECU yet. You get a bundle of wires. Here's the wires here. You get a bundle of wires wrapped up, and you can pin what you want, so your harness isn't just a bunch of wires that you're not going to use. So let's get started on that. So here's the gold box in my car. It's under my carpet here in the factory location for the factory computer, and the gray plug is there. So I'll start by unplugging the gray plug and bringing it out so I can see on the pinout where I'm supposed to go with this. It's pretty easy to repin these things, but let me get set up here and I'll show you how to do it. So it's going to be really hard to see in this video. Probably won't be able to see, but these back of these connectors are labeled. The top there is 1 through 12, and the bottom is 24 through 35, and the middle is, according to this drawing here, 13 through 23. So this view here from the back of the plug is actually what you're seeing on the screen here in the manual. So there's 13, which is, looks like CAN high. Let me double check that. It's kind of hard to read on this. 13 is CAN high, and that is the first terminal in the middle. So CAN high is going to go right there in the middle in the first slot. And like I said, these are really easy. You just shove it in there. That's CAN low. Here's my CAN high wire. And all you do is just stick it in. So in order to repin these things, you just push it in from the back. You remove this red piece here, which is just clipped on by these two pieces here, and you just push it in and it locks in and you can't pull it back out. It is as easy as that. So I'm gonna push the other one in and reconnect the gray plug. So I've got both wires pushed in and the red clip put in and the plug plugged back in. And here's my can high and low wires, and I'll be hooking it up to the brown and the purple in this harness here. So there's brown there and there's purple, so that's where I'll be hooking them up. And let's hook them up and see if this thing works. Alright, I've got the can high and low connected. Let's see if this thing reads. I don't think you have to really do anything in the megasquirt 3 to get it to read your parameters. Let's see. Nope. Looks like it's reading everything. Let's see. Parameters here. It's got different things that you can look at, and you can reprogram whatever you want to see. You just hold these two buttons down and you can pick, like it selects that one. Let's say you want to change your IAT to something else. You do the two buttons again and you can pick whatever you want. And you hit the 2 again, and just holding the 2 down selects whatever you want, and you can scroll through. This thing is very interchangeable on what you can look at. Air fuel graph. Here's your settings. So you select settings, you can change your brightness. And in order to change, I've got some alerts that I've set on here. You go into your Wi-Fi hotspot and you cut it on. Wi-Fi hotspot is enabled now, and I will show you the rest here on my laptop. In order to make changes, you turn on your Wi-Fi hotspot. Come in here and you connect to the gauge. You connect to it through the Wi-Fi and you type in 192.168.0.1 in your address bar, and it brings up your configuration, and you can change all your configuration points on the laptop. You can change your unit types, and you can go in here and set alarms. I've set a couple alarms on here. I've made a shift light, and like alarm 2, I've got to overheat. So greater than 220, it'll fast blink the LEDs red and tell me that the car is overheating, and it'll flash overheat on the screen. And it'll also, I've got it also give me a lean code for, you can do it channel conditions, and so it needs this condition and this condition for it to blink the LEDs and give me the alarm. So if it's over